Okay, so what we're really trying to do here is we're trying to get our offensive linemen to the second level and let them reach block the linebackers to open up a hole through the C gap. And the C gap is ultimately going to be us running on this side of our linemen. So what we really want to do here is we want to get our fullback down to block this corner right here and wall him off. And then we have a receiver off the screen who's going to come in and block Brian Burns, the best defensive player here, to wall him off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get that reach block, as I mentioned, where we're going to get our tackle blocking this side of him, and then we're going to get our right guard blocking this side of the mic right here, right? And what that's really going to do is that's going to help us be in a position where we've kind of opened up a huge lane in the C gap to get down the field, right? This guy's going to try to reach over and reach block Dexter Lawrence right there. And then these guys, their responsibility is just to wall off the backside. Raymond's job is to kind of try to run as if he's running a crosser or something to draw in Nubin. Nubin does a good job here of not falling for it. But just watch how this play opens up because of that. This is some really good run scheming right here. Notice the biggest part of it, as I mentioned, we're going to go back to the front here, is that crack block from Amon-Ra. When you have a receiver who's willing to block in the run game and you can take out their best defensive end with just a wide receiver and you can get a fullback or a tight end blocking a corner, you're automatically setting yourself up for success. And if you can run for 10 yards a clip, you're going to have a really good day at the office. Okay, this next play right here is supposed to be inside zone up the B gap, but because Jahmyr Gibbs is so explosive and he has such good vision, he puts himself in a situation where he does it all himself and picks up the touchdown. As I mentioned, this is inside zone. We're trying to get up the B gap, and what I mean by that is we're trying to ultimately get right here with this run. It's inside zone, so everybody's going to be blocking these guys, right? Your first step is going to be to this side every time, and that's our ultimate goal. He's going to have a reach block right here, and that's just what we're doing. And what that's going to do is it's going to open up a huge lane right here where we're supposed to just be able to follow our right guard, and then our wide receiver up here will ultimately block this safety down the field, and it should open up a huge rushing lane on this side. But that's not ultimately what happens because watch Gibbs right here. Now, is this open? 1,000,000%. I would never mind Gibbs taking that straight up the B gap like the play's designed to here. But he realizes that his left guard over here is walling off number 54 and it's going to open up a lane right here. This is some incredible vision to know that this is going to happen. Maybe it's developed like this in practice a few times and he knew that he trusted himself to get through that gap. But he's going to fit through there. And then Nubin, I hate to be that guy, but he did not play a good game at all. But watch, just breaks this tackle, gets vertical, stiff arms somebody. I mean, Jahmyr was balling in this game. But what I want to point out is I just want to get us to right here. If we were to just take a screenshot right here and say this was a touchdown, there's no way. We have a guy on our ankles. We have two guys beating their blocks right here. We got three guys trailing. But Jahmyr Gibbs' explosiveness just allows him to get through there so quickly, and that's ultimately what makes Jahmyr Gibbs so good. Here we're going to have an inside zone with a trap by our right guard here, and it's supposed to be inside zone as I mentioned, but Jahmyr Gibbs is so good that he's able to bounce this to the outside. Okay, what you're instantly going to notice here is we motion this guy in, and what that's going to allow us to do, or supposed to allow us to do, I don't know if Penei Sewell and him just weren't on the same page, but it should allow us to wall this guy off, Brian Burns, and make sure that he can't do anything in the backfield, and we can potentially climb up here to the second level. If we're Penei Sewell, I don't know if this was miscommunication. I don't know if they designed a double team on this backside here. Who knows? But it's supposed to allow our right guard right here to come in, attack the safety, and then we're supposed to be able to break it outside. But because this outside corner right here sees the trapping right guard, what happens is Jahmyr's like, oh, he's pinched down too far, cuts it out to an outside zone. Just once again, that acceleration, that explosiveness that he has that no one else really has benefits him so tremendously. They do not actually have this film out. I don't know why they don't have it out for this one play. But once again, you see Jahmyr Gibbs, just the explosiveness, right? The acceleration to be able to get through that hole and just make the most of it. Now let's break it down though. This was honestly nasty. Got to give the big boys up front some credit where credit is due. we're just going to do our best to wall everybody off. We're actually going to double team this 3 technique right here on this right side. And what we're going to do our best to do is block, I believe this is Brian Burns once again with our tight end. We're going to climb up to the second level with Panay Sewell. We're going to crack block down right here on this safety. And then we're going to push up and block right here as well. And what that's going to do is allow us to always have a hat on a hat. This center is going to be able to release and climb up to the second level here. And you see everyone's blocked up except this outside corner. And Jahmyr Gibbs is explosive enough that no one's beating him. Like, just watch how this plays out. Once again, just watch that vision, right? Tight end gets pushed back in our lap. It's fine. We'll just do a little jump cut there. Sees this huge hole, run straight through it, and then just, once again, Tyler Nubin had a terrible, terrible game. Right? Why are we sitting flat-footed against probably the most explosive athlete in football? We're just kind of sitting here waiting on him. Now you've got to meet him right here so that you can do your best to try to cut him off. But it's like he's just slow jogging at first, like he almost didn't expect Jahmyr to get to him so quickly. But once again, Jahmyr Gibbs is just an incredible player. The biggest takeaway I have from this is that now that Dan Campbell's calling up plays and he's getting Jahmyr Gibbs involved more and more, this Lions team is going to be incredibly hard to stop going forward if their defense can continue to play like they've been playing recently. And Jahmyr Gibbs keeps getting the ball like this, the Lions are going to be a tough team to beat this season. Let me know down below what you think, and thanks for watching.